Let's start by explaining a little bit about what blood pressure is. We all have about 5 litres of blood in our body. It contains important things like oxygen, and this oxygen needs to reach our organs, muscles and bones in a constant supply in order for us to survive. Therefore, we need blood to be pumped around our whole body by our heart constantly. The blood needs to be under some pressure within these vessels in order for it to get to its destination, but if it's too high, it can cause lots of damage and problems, which we will talk about in a moment. Since it can't be too high or too low, it needs to be within a certain range. You might know that our blood pressure readings are normally a top number over a bottom number, but what do these numbers actually mean? Well, the top number is what's called your systolic pressure, and the bottom number is your diastolic pressure. Don't worry about this too much. All you need to know is that these need to be within a certain range. So, if your top number is between 90 and 140, and your bottom number is between 60 and 90, then this is your ideal blood pressure. Anything lower than this would mean that you have low blood pressure. If your top number is above 140 and your bottom number is above 90, then this would mean that you have high blood pressure. So, if your blood pressure was 100/75, then this is a good healthy blood pressure. If it was 135/89, this is of course higher, but still fine. If your blood pressure was 155/92, this is in the red zone and would mean that you have high blood pressure. So how can having high blood pressure cause problems? We can compare our blood vessels carrying blood to a set of pipes carrying water. The water pressure needs to be within a certain range so that enough water is able to get through the pipes without causing any damage. For example, if the pressure is too high, the pipes could balloon. In a blood vessel, this ballooning is called an aneurysm. Again, if the water is under too much pressure, then the pipes could leak, meaning that water can't get to its destination and we lose some on the way. In clinical terms, this is what's called a hemorrhage. In another example, if the pipes were clogged with debris and the pressure went too high, it might wash the blockage along the pipes, leading to the blockage of smaller pipes further down the line. In the human body, this is known as a stroke. Let me explain a little more using the example in a person. For many reasons within our blood vessels, we can develop these blisters that contain a fatty substance. This is what people are talking about when they mention clogging up your arteries by eating bad foods. There are a number of different reasons why these develop. They can develop naturally as we age, but they can be particularly big and nasty in people who live an unhealthy lifestyle. If one of these blockages occurs in a vessel leading to your brain, then part of your brain can no longer receive oxygen and so sadly starts to die. This is why people who have strokes can be left with disabilities, and is also the reason why people having a stroke need to be treated as quickly as possible. So what can we do to maintain a healthy blood pressure? Well, we can do things like eat less salt, exercise more, cut down on alcohol, eat a healthy diet, and quit smoking. However, sometimes, even if we do these things, blood pressure tablets are still necessary. With so many ways of tackling high blood pressure, why do so many people still have it? Well, the single biggest reason is that people don't take their medication regularly. This person has been given 28 tablets to take in 28 days. They're doing really well at the start, but unfortunately start to forget to take them. Studies have shown that you need to take at least 80% of your medication to have a clinical benefit. And the closer that you get to 100%, the better. You can see that this person is now taking less than 80% of the medication that they're supposed to, which will mean that their blood pressure is not going to be well controlled. It has actually been found that 45% of people with high blood pressure don't take their medications regularly. This means that these people are actually 50% more likely to have a stroke, 45% more likely to have an emergency department visit, and 15% more likely to visit the hospital regularly for an outpatient appointment. Aside from forgetting, why don't people take their medications regularly? Some people believe that since high blood pressure is genetic, there's nothing that you can do to treat it. Fortunately, this isn't true. If high blood pressure runs in your family, it's possible that you may have inherited it. However, genetics are not the only thing that determine your blood pressure, and there are lots of other ways to improve it. Some people think that if they are not stressed, then they won't have high blood pressure. This is also not true, and you can actually develop high blood pressure no matter your stress level. since again there are many other things that contribute to your blood pressure. Studies have found that 60% of people thought that stress was the main cause of high blood pressure, but as we now know, there are many different things that contribute to your blood pressure. Another common reason why people don't take their blood pressure medication is that it's expensive to take medications long term. Yes, it can be expensive. However, we all need to prioritise our health, and blood pressure medication is just as important as anything else. Some people believe that once they achieve low readings through taking their medication, that they can stop taking it. This also isn't true. High blood pressure can be a lifelong disease. You need to follow your doctor's recommendations carefully, even if it means taking medication every day for the rest of your life. By working with your healthcare team, you can successfully reach your treatment goals and enjoy the benefits of better health. Many people think that high blood pressure has got symptoms such as headaches and lightheadedness. However, this isn't true. High blood pressure actually has no symptoms, and so there is no way of knowing that you have it unless you get it checked.